New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio said, no, it's not.
If the Russian ambassador is against it, I'm for it. This is, I have no words for Vladimir Putin and everything else that's come out of Russia, but they have invalidated themselves.
A vaccine widely administered in Russia does not have emergency use authorization by the U.S. or the World Health Organization. Mayor de Blasio says free vaccine doses will be available for world leaders and their staff at UN headquarters. Police in Placentia have arrested a woman who was allegedly driving drunk and dragged her 8-year-old daughter about 300 feet. Police say the 44-year-old woman was leaving her mom's house late Thursday night. Her daughter opened the car door and told her mom not to leave, but she did anyway, and the little girl ended up being dragged alongside the vehicle. A man trying to help also got dragged by the car. The woman drove off, but was later found hiding in the bushes in her mother's backyard. Eastbound lanes of Olympic Boulevard have reopened, but westbound and both directions of Spalding Drive in Beverly Hills remain shut down because of a water main break. LADWP says both streets were going to be closed for up to 10 hours. That's until probably early this evening as crews work to fix the water main and repair the streets. The relatives of 10 people killed in a U.S. drone strike in Afghanistan have asked for compensation and for someone to be punished for the strike that was supposed to have targeted members of ISIS-K.
That's not enough to have. That's not enough. That's for sorry.
Amal Amladi is also asking for the U.S. to get his family out of Afghanistan. His 3-year-old daughter was killed in the drone strike. U.S. Central Command Marine General Frank McKenzie called the strike a tragic mistake and apologized to families yesterday. The Chargers are getting ready to host the Cowboys in their first regular season home game with fans in the stands.
It's been a lot of fun being able to play at that place, and last year was awesome, but to not have fans and kind of go through that was a little weird, and some of the aspects you miss about football.
Charger quarterback Justin Herbert threw for 337 yards, a touchdown, and an interception last weekend on the road against Washington. Kickoff at SoFi Stadium tomorrow, 1:25 p.m. Crash cleared in Toluca Lake on the 134.
That's westbound at Cahuenga Boulevard. It has the left lane blocked and off to the right shoulder now. You'll see some traffic recovering from about Pass Avenue. If you're traveling on the 101 southbound in Hollywood, approaching Hollywood Boulevard, it's a busy drive. It'll start to ease up for you, though, once you get to the 110. Ontario on the 10 westbound. A work zone there has the 3 right lanes closed off until 5 a.m. Monday. In between the 15 and Milliken Avenue, you're currently seeing delays from Prairie Avenue. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
We're going to call it your carbon copy forecast. Next.
Contractor license 1047781. In the air conditioner marathon, you run till you drop. You can't fix it by just unplugging it and plugging it in again. Your AC is working its heart out for you. Your AC needs some TLC, tender love and care. It needs a ghetto rejuvenation. Rejuvenation. We're going to bring that air conditioner back to life. Ghetto will bring 6 critical systems back to factory specs and wash those outside holes the right way, not the easy way. Your home will feel cooler, but your AC will be working a lot less hard and using a lot less energy. It only costs $129. What only costs $129? Rejuvenation. Rejuvenation. If your rejuvenated system breaks down before the end of the year, I'm going to give you $500 off a new 5-star system. Ghetto. QE, We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
Southland weather from KFI. Areas of low clouds, mainly near the beaches overnight. Lows in the 50s and 60s. Sunny tomorrow with highs. But exactly the same as today. 60s to near 70 at the beaches. Mid-70s to about 80 for Metro LA and the Inland Sea. Mid-70s to mid-80s in the valleys. Low to upper 80s for the Inland Empire. Then we'll start to warm up again as we head into next week with highs in the 60s and 70s at the beaches. 70s and 80s for the metro areas. 80s to mid-90s for the valleys and IE. It's 78 in Fullerton. 75 in Rancho Santa Margarita. 79 in Pasadena, 68 in Santa Monica. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Amy King.
Let me teach you how to eat. Let me teach you how to eat. How to marinate the meat. Cincinnati. It's a culinary KFI AM 640 live everywhere on that there iHeartRadio app. Getting off the phone with my lovely bride, Tracy, and my boy. Cruising the Southland as they are wont to do on a Saturday. You can hear this show everywhere on that there iHeartRadio app, free to all. Check that out. Should you be somewhere else and want to hear about food, this is the place to do it every Saturday from 2 to 5. We talk about food, going out to eat, enjoying a good beverage, shaking off the ills of the week, whatever it might be. And it is National Cheeseburger Day. So we talked about beef, we talked a little bit about melting the cheese, because burgers are a thing of beauty. In all their simplicity, they are lovely. We'll take your calls in just a couple of minutes. 800-520-1534. Want to hear your shout-outs to your favorite burger joints in the Southland here. 800-520-1534, and we'll get to you in just a second. We'll also be giving away some tickets coming up in just a little bit. There is an event coming up in early October, LA Wine Fest, October 2nd and 3rd. It's there at the Harry Bridges Park, which is right there. It's waterfront, right next to, in Long Beach, right next to the Queen Mary. Those of you who want more information, lawinefest.com, lawinefest.com. We'll be giving away some tickets coming up in just a little bit. I'll tell you how you can do that. Let's talk to some of these good people about where they like to have their burgers. Jeff, welcome to the Fork Report.
Good afternoon, Neil.
How you doing, brother?
For you. Great. One I'd like to throw out just to reminisce. Remember Charlie Brown's Steakhouse?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Best value on the menu was a steak burger, and it was awesome.
They don't have any more Charlie Browns, do they?
I'm not aware of any, unfortunately.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, because there was one in Thousand Oaks when I was growing up, and it actually is, if I remember correctly, it is unfortunately the same place where the shooting occurred in Thousand Oaks, because it became the borderline dance and bar place. But yeah, I don't know if there are any. If somebody hits us up and tells us otherwise, or I'll do a little searching on my own. But Jeff, that brings back old school memories, man, of going to Charlie Brown's Steakhouse there in Thousand Oaks. And I know they were all over the place at one time. And that particular location that comes to mind is now borderline in, although I'm not sure if they've changed that, or if I don't know what's going on there, quite honestly, because it was so horrendous. But it does bring back memories to that location. Benjamin, welcome to the Fork Report.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hey.
In Pacific Palisades, there's a great little Italian restaurant, but his burgers are the best. I'm not sure the pronunciation, but I think it's Cinque Terre. Yeah, really. Yeah.
Well, and what about the burger sets it apart to you?
It's seasoned so wonderfully. It's very simple, basic. The brioche bun, lettuce, tomato. Not a lot of exotic stuff. I like exotic burgers, but this thing, thick and juicy, feels like homemade. It's just amazing. And the slight seasoning he does takes it to another level. And I try burgers everywhere. This one is really remarkable.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right, Benjamin, that it's like that sometimes it's harder to do something simple than it is to toss a bunch of, and I'm like you can give me a foot-high burger with all kinds of ingredients, and if it's put together right, I will devour it and enjoy it. But there's something about a really simple burger, and I talked about this with Tim Conway last night. There's one, like the simplest burger in LA is at a place called Everson Royce Bar, and it's in the Arts District downtown Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And not only are they good people, and it's a fantastic chef and great bar and all those things, but this burger is basically a bun, a patty, and cheese, and I think there's a little sauce on it. Yep. But it'll blow your mind how excellent it is. It's one of those things that I don't care how big you made this burger, it was never going to be enough, because you just think about it to the last bite,
And I love that. So I'm all down. So it's Cinque That's what you said?
Cinque, C-I-N-Q-U-A-Q-U-E, Terra, T-E-R-R-A. Excellent Italian food, too, but when I tried their burgers, my gosh, I couldn't believe it. It's so thick, and yet it's juicy. It's got, I think, all the recipe you described. He does everything right. The ratio, the fat, the lean, lightly seasoned, but just like homemade. It's amazing.
All right, our hot tip from Benjamin.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling, Ben. I appreciate it. That sounds like it's got to be on. The list. Lisa, welcome to the Fork Report.
Hey,
Hi,
my very favorite place is Father's Office in Santa Monica.
Oh my gosh, is that not a great burger?
Right?
But you can't do anything to it. It comes the way the chef.
Exactly.
It does it. There
Right.
is
My
nothing
son
you
took
can't.
me there, and I thought, we'll see. That's a burger. You know? And he said, it's either this way or the chef won't make it. And,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. I've never, it's not just a burger. Boy, that, with the balsamic, the bacon onion compote, and the blue cheese and the Gruyere, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
an outstanding burger, and it is for somebody who wants to know the chef, who wants to know the artist that's building this thing, because it is all about, there is no substitutions at Father's Office for that burger, and it continues to be on the list of one of the top burgers in the LA area and in Southern California because of that. So that's an excellent one for the list there, the excellent one for the list. All right, let's see, time-wise, we're still good. Let's talk to Lou. Lou in Long Beach. Welcome to the Fork Report.
Thanks for taking my call, Neil. And hello to you and the crew. And great for having this show of burgers, I'm originally from San Francisco, and I remember the old garlic burgers on sourdough. And if you wanted it on the skinny, you took the ordered it on the skinny, and they take the insides of the sourdough roll out and then put butter on it. And then the burger patty is stuffed with fingernail garlic, chopped garlic. And then they season it salt and pepper, really basic, and then they threw some Monterey Jack cheese on there. And that's the way I Columbus Cafe or Joe's, Little Joe's used to make it like that. But the closest I found down here in Long Beach is a Hamburger Mary. They have a Buffy burger, and I ordered it stuffed with garlic, chopped garlic.
Yeah.
And it comes out delicious, and you could have it on choice of bread, but I always order sourdough, like that, and that's a great burger.
Oh man, Hamburger Mary's, and there's a couple locations. I think they're all the same. Do they serve you there? Do they give your receipt in the high heel shoe still?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
The original Hamburger Mary's, it was San Francisco. I used to live near Potrero Hill, up in the hills above the bay. That's above that baseball park now. And then Hamburger Mary's was there maybe 45, 50 years ago, and they had an assortment of burgers and big lunchtime place, where a lot of the business people and factory people around there would go, like that. And they had great burger selection too. And I remember the original one up there, years ago, Hamburger Mary's.
Oh yeah, and they have one in WeHo out here in Los Angeles. My wife and I would go there all the time, and we'd go there for their drag karaoke. And the vibe is always so fun and vibrant. The food is great, and they used to serve these the sliders too. You get a set of 3 or 4 sliders or what have you, and always delicious, cooked perfectly. Oh, now you're making me miss Hamburger Mary's.
I used to. I have a church there where I used to run back east. So we used to go to White Castle and get a bag full of burgers and a bag full of fries and a couple of malts. And those places would go all night, and all the local people in Indianapolis or wherever you were, Kentucky or whatever, go hang out at the White Castle in the parking lot, and get bags of burgers. Those sliders.
Oh yeah, you get White Castle by the by the case full. You actually pull up. You get like a a moving trunk, and then they fill it, and it's like $4. Just kidding. It is the Fourth Report. We'll come back with more of your recommendations for great burger places here in the Southland and beyond. 800-520-1534. That's 800-520-1534. The best burger place or your favorite burger place here in the Southland when we return. Let's get the latest news now with Amy King.
Thousands of people have turned out to honor U.S. Marine Lance Corporal Kareem Nkawi, one of the 13 U.S. service members killed in a suicide bomber attack at the Kabul airport. During the funeral, Nkawi's family members spoke about his courage, compassion, and commitment to duty. Real estate heir Robert Durst will spend the rest of his life in prison after he was convicted yesterday of killing his best friend right before Christmas in 2000. Prosecutors convinced the jury Durst killed Susan Berman at her home in Benedict's Canyon because she was getting ready to tell police how she helped Durst cover up his wife's killing in 1982. A 4.3 quake has rocked Carson. The quake hit right before 8 last night. Seismologist Lucy Jones says a quake that size happens every couple months in California, but not usually in such a heavily populated area. Trouble on the 405 next.
Contractor license 1047-781.
Imagine running a marathon in the desert in the summer. And this marathon doesn't have a finish line. In this marathon, you run till you drop. It's called the Air Conditioner Marathon. In places like Minneapolis or Portland, or any of them other places where it don't get real hot, air conditioners can last 20 years or more. But down here where birds burst into flames in midair and fall down fully roasted from the skies, Zach, yep, what are you doing? I'm helping people understand this ain't Portland. Here in the desert, air conditioners last about 11 years. But you don't have to spend money on a snowblower, or salt for that icy sidewalk, or windshield de-icer for your car. Zach, I don't think they need any of those things in Portland. Did I say Portland? I meant to say Minneapolis. A new AC from Kettle will keep your home cooler and use a lot less energy. So if you think your AC might be about ready to go to air conditioner heaven, call Kettle. G-O-E-T-T-L. Will keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
Sunny and cool this weekend. Highs in the 60s to about 70 at the beaches, 70s to near 80 for Metro LA and Inland OC, 70s and 80s for the valleys and the Inland Empire. This report brought to you by Panera. Crash in Westchester on 405.
That's northbound at Howard Hughes Parkway. It's blocking the right lane, so you'll see some stop-and-go traffic from the 105. If you're in South LA on the 110 northbound at Gage Avenue, watch out for a stalled car that's in the center divider near the fast track lanes. It's a slow crawl from the 105. And if you're traveling on the 405 northbound in Westminster at Golden West, a crash there is blocking the middle lane. Overall, it's a pretty heavy drive from Warner Avenue. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Pedro Moreno.
Panera believes in saying yes to the good things. Yes to mac and cheese. Yes to topping it with cheesy Parmesan crisp. And yes to putting it all on a sandwich. The new grilled mac and cheese sandwich. Get $1 delivery when you order on the app. Panera. Live your yes. Restrictions apply.
This report is sponsored by Driveway.com. With more than 25 lenders at your disposal, Driveway can help you get into a new or used car today. Head to Driveway.com now. That's Driveway.com.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck, because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Now, second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So, refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fixed at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the Financing Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and may not be available at rate law. Discount points may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
Get your daily dose of California with the Times Daily News from the LA Times. Join your host, LA Times journalist Gustavo Arellano, as he unpacks our world with a West Coast perspective. Listen and subscribe today at latimes.com/the Times or wherever you get your podcasts. This is my business. I started it, and my hard work made it successful. We survived the last year, and things are starting to look better, but now hard work alone isn't enough. I need cash to hire some people and buy supplies.
Loan Me Business is for people like you. We can loan your business from $6,000 up to $250,000. And we understand that you don't need the cash soon, you need it now. And if your credit isn't perfect, that's okay. Apply today and you could have the money in your account tomorrow. Loan Me Business loans have longer terms, keeping your monthly payments low and manageable. You can even pay the loan off early to control your costs with no prepayment penalty. That sounds great. Simply go to loanmebiz.com to get started. That's loanmebiz.com or call 844-3-LOAN-ME.
Not all applicants will qualify. Approval is done subject to credit standards. See loanme.com for details. Loans made pursuant to California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation Law License 603K061.
That's 844-3-LOAN-ME or loanmebiz.com.
Someone uses your toilet and it overflows. Can you imagine how embarrassing that is for your guests and for you? Hello, I'm John Okoyan, owner of Leader Hero Plumbing. You're hosting a party, the water's on the floor, and your guest has to tell you that the toilet is backed up. And worst of all, you have to tell your guests that they can't use the bathroom. I shudder when I tell this story because it happened to me. Can you imagine? I own Leader Hero Plumbing and my toilet overflowed. Talk about being humbled. Well, the truth is, it could happen to anyone. And the solution is to call 866-DRAIN-77. That's what I did, and our plumber was here within the hour. Not because I'm the owner, but that's just what we do.
I'm so confident that you'll be satisfied with our services that I put my cell phone number on every business card. 866-DRAIN-77. That's 866-DRAIN-77.
Yeah, 102-8886. Amco presents Bet You Didn't Know.
Bet you didn't know that your car's transmission is made up of 800 pieces. Also, bet you didn't know that AMCO's fixed over 40 million transmissions, and that AMCO offers a nationwide warranty.
And AMCO offers payment plan options for almost any credit situation, so it's easier than ever to fix it fast and pay it off slow.
That's AMCO, AA, MCO.
Contractor license 1047-781.
Dad taught me to do things the right way, not the easy way. You got any brothers and sisters? 8 sisters, 7 of which are older than me. Did they teach you anything? They taught me that people matter a lot. I'm talking to Ken Goodrich, owner of Dental Air Conditioning and Plumbing. The day I started my business, my first job was for a 90-year-old man whose air conditioner broke down on the hottest day of the year. And he didn't have any money to pay me. That's awkward. He was really embarrassed. So when he asked if I could take an old cello as payment, I told him I always wanted to learn to play the cello. The what? The cello. It's like a giant violin.
You talking about the thing standing in the corner of your office?
Yeah,
I didn't know you could play that.
I can't.
Then why'd you take it?
I took it because he would probably have died if I hadn't fixed his air conditioner. I took it because people matter.
I like working here, Ken.
I like working here too, Zach.
Go. Goettl.
We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell.
9/11 2 decades later is a limited series podcast that looks back 20 years since the attacks of 9/11 and features those who were in the inner sanctum of our country's government.
It felt like the end of the world, to be honest with you.
And we ask the question, are we safer today than 20 years ago?
I don't think so. I wish I could answer differently, but I don't think so. I think those in charge these days need to spend more time communicating.
Listen to 9/11 2 decades later on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Live and local.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on that there iHeartRadio app. Hey everybody, it's the Fork Fork. All things food, beverage, and beyond. I am your well-fed host, Mr. Baker. Thanks for hanging out. We're talking about these burgers today.
2011 Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Get ready to enjoy the wind in your hair and the sun on your face. This two-door, two-passenger convertible stands out among competitors in its class.
Each and every detail of the exterior expresses muscularity. This vehicle achieves a sporty stance when viewed from all angles.
Sport-oriented sophistication characterizes the lavish cockpit of this vehicle, from the sport steering wheel to the leather upholstery. Top features include a power convertible top, power front seats, a headlight cleaning system, rear parking sensors, 19-inch alloy wheels, full iPod integration, and remote keyless entry. Quality and comfort are of the utmost importance, as demonstrated with the hand-finished interior and Aston Martin's dedication to detail.
A 1,000-watt audio system from Bang & Olufsen, Feo Sound surely complements the elegant details of this vehicle. Safety equipment has been integrated throughout, including dual front impact airbags, integrated rollover protection, brake assist, and four-wheel disc brakes with ABS. You'll see better when backing up, thanks to rear park assist, which watches out for obstacles behind your vehicle.
The 2011 Aston Martin V8 Vantage. With potent V8 power and performance equipment integrated throughout, this vehicle stands out from the crowd, boasting a diverse range of features and remarkable value.